Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Caitanya Caritāmrta audio class. We begin with our prayers. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Patakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, so welcome everyone. We are continuing our discussion from Chaitanya Charitāmrta. We are on Madhya lila, and today we'll start the 13th chapter, the Lord's dancing at Rath Yatra. So in the previous chapter, we have heard how Lord he returned from South India Yatra, and all the devotees they were very happy to have his darshan. Prataprudra Maharaj was very eager to meet him. Devotees petitioned to the Lord on behalf of Prataprudra Maharaj. The Lord refuses, and ultimately Nityananda says, "At least send something. Send your uttari." So Prataprudra Maharaj becomes very happy seeing that cloth, worships the cloth like the Lord himself. Then Ramananda Rai comes. Rajamantri Ramananda Vyavahare Nipuna. Rajapriti Kohit Dravaila Prabhurman. So Rajamantri Ramananda was a politician, diplomat. He knew how to get attention, get the mercy of Lord. He started glorifying Prataprudra Maharaj. And then Lord Chaitanya says, actually, I can't meet him, but I can meet his son. So then Mahaprabhu shows mercy to his son. He becomes a great associate of the Lord. He goes back and Prataprudra embraces him. And when Prataprudra Maharaj embraces his son, he gets the same ecstatic symptoms as being embraced by the Lord himself. Then after some days, Gundicha Marjan, Rath Yatra came. The Lord organized the wonderful cleaning of the Gundicha temple. So many wonderful lessons we heard. After cleaning Gundicha, the Lord and all the devotees, they took rest. Then they honored Mahaprasad. And then the next day, in the morning, was Netrotsav. So that was the last chapter. So now we'll be beginning the 13th chapter. 13th chapter is entitled The Lord's Dancing at Rath Yatra. So this is another very, very beautiful chapter where so many wonderful pastimes of the Lord will be described. So in this chapter, we'll see how Lord, after bathing in the early morning, Mahaprabhu, he went to see the darshan of the deities. And then the deities were brought on the Ratha, and that is called as Pandu Vijay or Pahandi Vijay. And after that, King Prataprudra Maharaj, he took a broom, he swept the road in front of Jagannath Rath. That attracted the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then Lord Jagannath, he took permission from the goddess of fortune. And then he came out along with Baladev and Subhadra. Along the road, there were servants of Lord. They were called as Gaudas. They began to pull the carts. Mahaprabhu divided the Sankirtan party into 7. And Mahaprabhu exhibited his opulence of expanding into 7 Kirtan parties. Nobody could see this. Only Prataprudra Maharaj could see this. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya could see this. So that's how so many things will be described in this chapter. So this chapter begins with Pandu Vijay ceremony. Sajiyat Krishna Chaitanya Shri Rathagre Nartaya Yenasi Jagatam Chitram Jagannathopi Vismitai. Sajiyat Krishna Chaitanya, may that Supreme Lord be glorified, who Shri Rathagre Nartaya, who danced in front of the Ratha of Lord Jagannath. And by his dancing, Yenasi Jagatam Chitram, not only the whole universe was astonished to see the dance of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, even Jagannathopi Vismitai, even Lord Jagannath was himself astonished to see this wonderful dancing of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's how we'll see the wonderful dancing which Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performs in this Rath Yatra. Kaviraj Goswami begins this chapter as usual by glorifying the Panchatattva. Jaya Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Jai Dvaitra Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Offer my obeisances to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaitacharya, and all the other devotees. Jaya Shrota Gana Shuna Pariyeka Mana Ratha Yatraye Nritya Prabhura Parama Mohan. He says, O Shrotagan, O hearers, please be very attentive and hear these wonderful pastimes. Jaya Shrotagan, first of all, he glorifies the listeners. He says, all glories to the listeners of Sri Chaitanya Charitāmrta. Which author will glorify the reader of the book? But that is a Vaishnava culture. Everybody is glorified, and because the author, the speaker never feels that, oh, I am delivering these people. No. The speaker always thinks that these hearers, they are giving me a chance to speak about Krishna. So that is their glory, that is their mercy. So this wonderful relation between the speaker and the author is always there. Gautam also, Chaitanya Charitāmrita also. So all these wonderful things, these nuances of devotional service are described very, very wonderfully in Sri Chaitanya Charitāmrita. That's why Sri Chaitanya Charitāmrita is the PhD study. The principles which are described in Bhagavatam are portrayed here in the pastime of the devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Jaya Shrotagana Shuna Koriyeka Mana. All glories to listeners of Sri Chaitanya Charitāmrita. Please hear with great attention. First of all, he's glorifying and then he's saying, please hear with great attention. Please hear the description with one pointed attention. Shkari Ekamana. If we are not focused, we may miss some of the wonderful aspects, some of the wonderful descriptions. Jaya Shrota Ganashuna Koriyeka Mana Rathyatraya Nritya Prabhura Parama Mohana. The dancing of the Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Rath Yatra is very enchanting. Parama Mohan, it is not an ordinary dance. Parama Mohan, it is very, very enchanting. So Lord is all auspicious, all attractive. When the Lord dances, anyone dances becomes attractive. What to speak of when Lord is dancing? So this whole chapter glorifies the dancing of the Lord in so many beautiful ways that Jagannath himself was astonished. Jagannathopi Vismitai. Krishna, he is himself astonished by seeing himself. That is Krishna. It is described in Chaitanya Charitāmrita that one day Krishna, he saw himself in the jewel pillar of Dwarka. And looking at himself, he started thinking, who is this personality so attractive? And he started just looking at himself only in the mirror reflection. So that is the beauty of Lord. The Lord himself is enchanted. Lord himself is mesmerized. Jagannathopi Vismitai. Next day, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he got up. And even before sunrise, he got up. along with all the associates. He took bath early morning, and all of them they went to see the ceremony of Pandi Vijay or Pandu Vijay. This Pandu Vijay is a ceremony where the Lord gets up from the throne in Sri Mandir, in Jagannath Mandir, and gets up into the car, into the Ratha. And in this ceremony, first King Pratap Rudra, he comes. All his entourage comes, and king was allowed inside. Pandu Vijay is a very special ceremony. Very few pandas are allowed inside. Not everybody. The public is all waiting outside. Those who have gone to Jagannath Puri, they know this. But king was allowed inside, and Pratap Rudra Maharaj could see all the wonderful things which all these pandas were doing. Then Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and all the other devotees were also there, very happily observing this Pandu Vijaya ceremony. Advaitacharya was there, Nityananda Prabhu, and many other senior devotees were there. All the initial rituals were done. There were very strongly built daitas. And Bhagavad Goswami says they were as powerful as drunken elephants. Elephant is very powerful, but when elephant is drunk, that means he becomes more powerful, intoxicated by the power. So these very strongly built daitas, they actually manually carried Lord Jagannath from the throne, from the Garbhagriha to the Ratha. Srila Prabhupada writes, who are these daitas? He says the daita refers to one who has received the mercy of the Lord. Daita. Daita means who has received mercy. And Lord Jagannath, he has huge number of daitas. And Srila Prabhupada writes the history of who are these daitapatis and who are these daitas, first of all. So in the previous times, when Nil Madhav was there, at the time of King Indradimna, there was a Shabara, there was a community staying in the forest. They were called as Shabaras. And these Shabaras, they would take care of the deity of Nilamadhav. Nobody else knew that this is the deity of Nilamadhav. And we know the story, the Vishwavasu, he was the head of the Shabaras. So this Shabara class does not come from a very high class society. They are from forest tribals. But because they are engaged in service of the Lord, they are respected. So that's the beauty of Krishna consciousness. The caste, the place of birth, the external features don't matter. Devotion matters. Because that is what attracts Krishna. Nothing else attracts Krishna. Manye dhana vijana rupa tapashu tauja tejo prabhava bala paurusha buddhi yoga naradhanaya hi bhavanti parasya punso bhaktya tutosha bhagavan gajayutha paye. Prahlad Maharaj is telling to Hiranyakashipu, to Narsimhadev, says, "Oh my Lord, you are not pleased by any of the external features. Dhan, Abhijan, Roop, Tap, Shrut, Oj, Tej, Prabhav, Bal, Paurush, Buddhi, Yog. 12 features he says. He says, you cannot be pleased by any of the externals. What pleases you, my Lord? Bhaktya Dosha Bhagavan Gajayuta Paye. You are pleased only by devotion. That's why when Gajendra, he offered his prayers, you came running. So these Shabara, although they are from a lower caste, not a very high class family, but still because they are engaged in service of the Lord, they are respected in the society. So these daitas, they take care of the Lord for those 15 days. After Snan Yatra till Netrotsav. So till the Lord is put on the throne, on the card. So these 15 days, the Lord is taken care by these daitas. No one else is allowed inside. So we have to understand just by this, the Lord tells how dear these daitas are to me. When one is sick, when one is not in a good condition, they want very close relatives to be near. Outsiders, they're not so concerned. So after Snanyatra, Lord falls sick, he has fever. So all these daitas, they give all the herbs and all the medicines, special type of, some juice is given, some kada is given. And all this is done by these daitapatis, these daitas. And Prabhupada writes, among the daitas, there are also many who come from Brahmana caste. So there are some who are, so among these daitas, some are Brahmanas, some are Kshatriyas, some are Vaishyas. Some are Brahmana caste. So these Brahmanas, they are the leader of the daitas. They are called as daitapatis. So all the others are daitas, but the leader is a Brahmana. He is called as daitapati. And these daitapatis, they offer food to Lord Jagannath during this 15 days. And all the daitas, they assist them. So Prabhupada writes that it is said that during Anvasar, Lord Jagannath suffers from fever and daitapatis offer him an infusion of drugs represented by fruit juices. So that's how these Shabaras, because they worshipped the Lord in the beginning, when he appeared, he was there as Neel Madhava. So when Neel Madhav disappeared, these Daitapatis, they were given this seva of taking care of Lord Jagannath during these Anvasar period. So while carrying this deity of Lord Jagannath, it is a very heavy, huge deity. So Daitas, how they hold the Lord? They hold the Lord on the shoulders. They took hold of the shoulders of Lord Jagannath, both sides, and some got hold of the feet of Lord Jagannath. And that's how they are literally lifting the Lord. And as you can see in this picture, so some are uh, holding the shoulders, some are there at the feet of Lord Jagannath. And then they have a very nice silken, soft silken robe around the waist of Lord Jagannath. And some daitas, they just hold the Lord and just raise the deity, because they have to just raise the deity and put at next step. So some are holding the shoulders, some are holding the feet, some are lifting the Lord through the waist. And then as they are lifting, they don't put the Lord on the ground. They have a very, very looking a strong cushion. They are called as tuli. So these cotton pads, they are very strong, puffed up cotton pads. They are called as tulis. You must have seen, if some of you have attended the Pandu Vijay ceremony, it is there still, the same ceremony, same way, everything is happening now also. So the tulis are spread out from the Garbhagriha till the cart, and the Lord, it is carried from one tuli to another tuli. And the Lord is very heavy. So what happens sometimes when the Lord is, Jagannath is put on that tuli with such a huge pressure, Prabhu padaghate tuli hoye khanda khanda, tula sab udiyaye, shabda hoye prachanda. So now what is happening? Prabhu padaghate tuli hoye khanda khanda. So Prabhu, because by the attack, by the pressure of the Jagannath ji's feet, tuli hoye khanda khanda. It breaks apart. And all the cotton inside is just floating in the air. And it created a huge sound when the pillow burst. It creates a huge sound. Mahaprabhu Manima Kore Dhvani Nana Vadya Kulahale Kichui Na Shuni. And Mahaprabhu is in ecstasy. He is calling loudly, Manima, Manima, Manima. Manima means a very respectable person is addressed as Manima. But we must have seen that so many instruments, so many dhol, mridanga, and all the kartals and all the different instruments are also resounded. So all the Mahaprabhu is loudly calling Manima, Manima, Manima. Nobody is able to hear the sound of voice of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So the Lord, as he was being carried from one pillow to another pillow, King Prataprudra Maharaj was personally engaged in cleaning the road with a broom. And this broom had a golden handle. And this act of cleaning the road in front of Lord Jagannath, this attracted the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord is not pleased by our opulence, externals. Lord is pleased by humble, sincere devotion. And this is the very classic example of what attracts the mercy of the Lord. However big one may be, however powerful one may be, it never attracts the Lord. The Lord is attracted only by humble devotion. Uttama hoya. And then what happened? The king, after cleaning the road in front of the Lord, he sprinkled the road with sandalwood water. And it created a very beautiful fragrance all over. Now the King Prataprudra is the owner of the royal throne. He's not an ordinary person who will sweep, but just to serve Lord Jagannath, he gives up his royal throne and he's sweeping the road and sprinkling the water. This sweeping is done by the menial persons. उत्तम होइया राजा करे तुच्छ सेवन अथैव जगन्नाथेर कृपार भाजन उत्तम होइया raja करे तुच्छ सेवन. Although king is the most exalted, respectable person, but he is doing a very humble menial service. This is the only reason which attracted the mercy of Jagannath and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's the secret of receiving the mercy of the Lord. How humble we become, how menial services we do. It does not depend on what we are doing. It depends on what is the mood in which we are doing. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he would tell to his disciples, all of you are sent by my Guru so that I can serve you. Srila Prabhupada would also tell the same thing. So it doesn't matter at what position we are. It matters what is the mood in which we are serving. The humble menial servant mood, that is what attracts the Lord. We may be doing a big seva. We may be had very respectable position like Prataprudra Maharaj is the king. But he is doing menial services. What is the mood behind our services? That attracts the Lord. The same case was with Rup Sanatan Goswami. They were Prime Minister and Finance Ministers of Nawab Hussain Shah. Most aristocratic, influential scholars of that times. But still, when they came in front of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what was their mood? They say, Nicha jati, nicha sevi kori nicha kaj, tomaro agrete prabhu kahite vashilaj. We are fallen, we are associating with malechas. Malecha jati, malecha sevi kori malecha karma. Go Brahmana drohi sange amara sangama. We are associating with the killers of the cows, the Brahmanas. Get your mercies, O my Lord, is like a dwarf trying to touch the moon. Bhamano hiya chand dhare te chahe kare, aiche vancha more uthaye antare. But somehow we have developed this desire to God, get your mercy, O my Lord. And seeing the humility of Rup Sanatan, Mahaprabhu tells this. आजी से दुहार नाम रूप सनातन दैन्य छाड़ दैन्य तुम्हार खाटे मोर मन. Generally, the first instruction is given is now we have to uh, serve in a very humble, menial way. Here, Mahaprabhu is giving the opposite instruction. Please give up your humility. Your humility is breaking my heart. They are already so humble. And later, Mahaprabhu tells, Doi bhai bhakt raja Krishna kripa patra vyavahare rajamantri hoye rajapatra. These two brothers, Rup Sanatan, they are the best of the devotees. Doi bhai bhakt raja Krishna kripa patra. They have received the mercy of Krishna. Vyavahare rajamantri. They are rajmantris, hoye rajapatra. विद्या बुद्धि भक्ति बले परम प्रवीण तबु आपना के माने तृण होते हीन. They are expert in all aspects, in terms of their scholarship, in terms of their intelligence, in terms of their devotion. Vidya bhakti buddhi bale param praveen, they are expert, but still tabu apna ke mane trina hoite हीन. Still they think we are lower than the grass. उत्तम होइया हीन करी माना हो आपनारे अचिरे कृष्ण तुम्हार अचिरे कृष्ण अचिरे करिबे कृष्ण तुम्हार उद्धारे. Because these devotees, these two brothers, actually Lord is telling to Rup Sanatan, because both of you consider yourself so humble, so fallen, definitely Krishna will give mercy. So that is how, that is secret of advancement in Krishna consciousness. How humble we are. What is the mood in our services? It is not about the externals of our services. It is the mood behind our services that attracts attention, that attracts the mercy of the Lord. So Mahaprabhu, when he saw this action of Prataprudra Maharaj, Mahaprabhu Sukha Paila se seva dekhite, Mahaprabhu Kripa Hoila se seva hoite. Kaviraj Goswami acknowledges and endorses it. Mahaprabhu Sukha Paila se seva dekhite. When Mahaprabhu saw Prataprudra Maharaj doing that humble menial service, Mahaprabhu became very happy. And simply by rendering that service, Prataprudra Maharaj received the mercy of Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu Kripa Hoila se seva hoite. This is the only thing which can attract the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Humble, menial service attitude. Srila Prabhupada writes, unless one receives the mercy of the Lord, he cannot understand the Lord. He cannot engage in devotional service. Because Prataprudra Maharaj received the mercy of the Lord, he became a reservoir of wonderful devotional qualities. He was already there, but he received the mercy of the Lord and he became really static in devotion. He became one of the close associates. This happens only by the mercy of the Lord. अथापि देदेव पदाम्बुजद्वय प्रसादलेशानुगृहीत एव हि जानाति तत्त्वं भगवन्महिम्नो न चान्य कोऽपि चिरं विचिन्वन्. Only one who has received a drop of the mercy of Lord Krishna. Athapi te deva padambujadvaya prasadalesha. One who has received the mercy of the lotus feet of the Lord, even a drop of mercy. Janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno. He can know the tattva of the Lord. Otherwise, nachanya eko pichiram. Otherwise, even after millions of lives, one cannot understand the Lord. Of course, no one can understand the Lord completely. Even Lord cannot understand himself completely. But we can begin understanding the Lord only by mercy of the Lord. We can understand some things about the Lord by the mercy of the Lord. Prabhupada writes, although Prataprudra Maharaj was very eager to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Lord refused to see him. But when Lord saw that, oh, this Prataprudra is serving so humbly, menially, he became very happy. Prabhupada writes, if a devotee accepts Krishna as the universal Guru and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the bona fide uh, and Prabhupada writes, if one accepts Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as the universal Guru and Lord Jagannath as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then he is benefited by the combined mercy of Guru and Krishna. Mahaprabhu says, Guru, he has come to teach everyone how to follow, how to practice this Krishna consciousness. And that person who receives the mercy of the Lord and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is the most fortunate one. Brahmand Brahmite Kon Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Kripaye Paye Bhaktilata Bij. Now, so Prataprudra Maharaj is cleaning, he has cleaned and sprinkled the sandalwood water now. All the devotees, they are very happy. They are astonished to see the Ratha of the Lord. It was a huge Rath, very nicely decorated. So much so that it was looking like it was touching the sky. It was as high as Mount Meru. It appeared as if made up of gold. Srila Prabhupada, he writes a very beautiful purport here. He says, in the year 1973, there was a gorgeous Rath Yatra festival in London. And the car was brought to Trafalgar Square. And London daily newspaper, The Guardian, published a front page photo caption. ISKCON Rath Yatra is rival to the Nelson column in Trafalgar Square. Nelson column is a huge column in Trafalgar Square, London. So Prabhupada is remembering that our Rath Yatra was also compared with Trafalgar's Nelson column. Just like the devotees here, Kaviraj Goswami is comparing the height of the Rath to mere huge. It is a comparison, just to glorify the height. Similarly, the Rath Yatra of ISKCON was compared with Nelson column. So that's what Prabhupada is mentioning here. And then the decorations, they were beautiful. There were beautiful decorations around the car. It was made up of mirrors and various charmers. Hundreds and hundreds of charmers were there. Charmer is a white feather fan, yak-tail fan. And on top of the car, there was a beautiful clean canopy and a flag. All the different rathas are different colors. They have a beautiful flag. Their chariot drivers are different. So all this we know, we have seen. The car was decorated with beautiful silken cloth, painted in different ways. Various pictures were made on that. And all around the car, there were various bells made up of brass. And there were big ghanta, gongs. They were all ringing. And all the pandas, they were just playing those instruments very nicely. And in this way, the Lord Jagannath, he entered. He got on the car along with Subhadra and Baladev. For 15 days, the Lord had remained inside the temple, not giving darshan to anyone. And he was there with Goddess of Fortune for 15 days. Saraswati Lakshmi Devi was serving him. And now, after 15 days, he has come out. Srila Prabhupada writes, 15 days anniversary period is also called as Nibhrita. Nibhrita means secluded period. In those 15 days, nobody is allowed to take darshan of Lord Jagannath. That's why Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would go to Alarnath, because he could not bear the separation from Lord Jagannath. After 15 days of staying with Lakshmi Devi, Jagannath ji takes permission of Lakshmi Devi, comes out to ride on the beautiful Ratha and perform his wonderful pastimes. Prabhupada writes in the purport, he quotes Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He says, just like an ideal husband, Lord Jagannath also remained in 15 days in a secluded place with Lakshmi Devi, his wife, and he takes permission to leave the place, leave home. So Prabhupada writes there are two rasas, Swakiya rasa and Parakiya rasa. Swakiya means a married relationship. Parakiya means unmarried relation. So all the queens of Krishna, they were in Swakiya Madhurya. All the gopis of Vrindavan, they are Parakiya. And Parakiya is higher than Swakiya rasa. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur writes that. He says in the material world, Parakiya rasa is most degraded. Relations with others, other women and unmarried women or married, it is like a most degraded relation in this world. But whatever is lowest in this world is highest in the spiritual world. Of course, with our contaminated mind and consciousness, we cannot understand this. But it is described by Acharyas. Shukadeva Goswami says, anyone who hears this wonderful pastimes of Lord with the gopis in Ras Lila, they get free from lust. So this Parakiya is the highest. But in our conditioned state, we cannot enter. We cannot even think of entering into descriptions of this Rasa Lila. We'll get confused, our consciousness will go down because we are not purified of lust. Vikriditam rajavadhu vidam cha Vishnu Shraddhan vito shrunuyad varnayedyaha Bhaktim haro bhagavati pratilabdha bhavo Hridarogamashu apahinoti achirena dhiraha. Hridarogamashu apahinoti. Anyone who hears this with pure mind, naturally he will be free from all the contaminations. So this Parakya is the highest bhav. The Sharat Purnima is coming in some time, some days. Prabhupada writes about that. In the spiritual world, this Parakya is a supreme enjoyment. And then Prabhupada describes that God pastimes with the gopis are therefore misunderstood. There are scholars of Bhagavatam, there are scholars of Vedic literatures, they condemn Rasa Lila. They tell what type of God Krishna is. He is doing all sorts of wrong things with the gopis in the forest. They have not understood what is actually the kindergarten of spirituality, and they are trying to jump into the PhD of spirituality. So first we have to get purified of this lust, anger, greed, pride, then we can enter, then we can even think of. Otherwise, we'll destroy our own spiritual life. Parakya bhav in the spiritual world and material world, they are completely opposite. In material world, it is like iron. In spiritual world, it is like gold. So that is the example Kaviraj Goswami gives. We have seen in the previous chapters. So in spiritual world, this lust apparently is gold because there everything is for the pleasure of the Lord. Here it is iron, is for one's own pleasure. Atmendriya priti vancha tare boli kam krishnendriya priti ichha dhare premanam. So then the Lord, he is there on the car now. The entire path is covered with the beautiful shining sand from the beach, ocean. And it looks like the banks of Yamuna. And there are small gardens on both sides of the road. They look like Vrindavan. So entire scene around Ratha is like Lord going to Vrindavan. And that is actually Rath Yatra, taking Lord from Dwarka to Vrindavan. Gundicha is Vrindavan. and Sri Mandir is Dwarka. So Lord Jagannath, as he's riding in the car, he's seeing the beauty along the sides of the road and he's very happy. And then there are some devotees, they are called as Gaudas, they are pulling the car, pulling Ratha very nicely. And sometimes the car is moving very fast, sometimes the car is moving very slow. It was not that it was orchestrated. Okay, sometimes we'll uh, hold and pull the cars fast and sometimes we'll pull slowly. No. Even today, if you ask the pandas, daitas, who just bring the Lord from altar to Ratha, and you must have seen Jagannath ji is just moving very violently, like a drunken person. His entire crown is moving back and forth, side to side sometimes. So some devotees, they were thinking maybe these pandas, these daitas, they are just making a show that, oh, Lord is coming so nicely. But actually, these daitas, they told that actually we are not doing anything. We are just trying to hold him properly. He is moving on his own. Jagannath ji is moving on his own. We are not doing anything. We are just trying to hold him. So that is all wonderful pastimes of Lord Jagannath. And as he is on the car now, car is not pulled by the people. Car is driven by the will of the Lord. Sharne sthir bhaiya rahe, tani leha na chale, ईश्वर इच्छाएं चले ना चले कारो बले. So Kaviraj Goswami is just endorsing. ईश्वर इच्छाएं चले. The Rath does not move by being pulled by the people. Na chale karo bale. Nobody can pull the Lord's Rath. Sometimes the Rath would stand still. Shane sthir bhaiya rahe. Tani leha na chale. Even if somebody would pull, it would not move. Ishwar ichhai chale. There is a wonderful story of uh, Lal Beg. There is a great Muslim devotee of the Lord, Lal Beg. There is a wonderful story about him, how his father, Sal Beg, a Muslim tyrant king, he was just encroaching and capturing all the countries in India. And when he came to this portion, this Odisha and all that, there was one lady. She was very beautiful. And he got attracted to her. And he said, I want to marry you. She said, I can't marry you. So Salve said, if you don't marry me, I will kill Hindus, I will torture them. He said, okay, I'll marry you, but you have to give me your promise that you will not do any harm, you will leave this place. So Salve was really enamored by the beauty of this lady. And she was a great devotee of Jagannath. And ultimately, she got married. They had a child. They named him Lal Beg. And he also was brought up as a prince, Muslim ruler, became very powerful. And one day, in one war, he was really wounded and he was about to die. All the physicians, they told, we can't do anything. Only Lord can do something now. He was in intense pain. And then his mother came and told, oh, my child, please chant the names of Lord Jagannath. He said, how can I chant the name of Hindu God? No, no. Don't think about Hindu or Muslim. Now your life is in danger. Please chant. And this Lal Beg, he chanted and he got cured miraculously. From then on, he surrendered. He gave up his kingship. He went and wanted to take darshan of Jagannath, who saved his life. But he was a Muslim, he was not allowed inside. So somebody told, you go to Vrindavan. So he traveled from Puri to Vrindavan, became a great saint, wrote many bhajans. And after many years, he got again the desire to have darshan of Lord Jagannath. As somebody told, now in few months, Rath Yatra is coming. So please go, you'll get darshan of Lord, because Lord comes out, gives darshan to everyone. He started walking from Vrindavan. Months of walking. And Ratha started, reached Gundicha. This devotee Lal Beg is still on the way. And now the Ulta Rath is coming. And one day, one point of time, the Rath stopped. Nobody was able to move this Rath. King brought elephants to pull the Rath. But still, Rath was not moving. For 3 days, Rath was at one place. And then this Lal Beg devotee, when he came and saw darshan of Lord, offered obeisances, and then Rath started moving. Then they realized the Lord must be waiting for this devotee. So still in Jagannath Puri, there is a samadhi of Lal Beg. Ishwara ichhaye chale nachare karo bale. The Ratha moves not by anyone's strength. Rath moves by the will of the Lord. So all other people, they are just trying to assist the Lord in this wonderful pastime. So after this, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now he is very happy. He organizes wonderful kirtan parties. 4 kirtan parties in front of Lord Jagannath's Rath. And sometimes the Lord's Rath is standing at one point, sometimes it is moving. And when the Rath would be standing still, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he would come in front of the Lord. He would gather all the devotees, and with his own hands, he would just put garland and chandan pulp on the head of all the devotees. And that's how Lord is really enjoying this wonderful pastime. Then there are other devotees, Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati. And they were also personally given garlands by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And when they got garland from the hand of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they were really happy. Who will not be happy? We have heard in the previous chapters when the devotees they entered Jagannath Puri. Ideally, what should be done? Tirthena vidhana hoy shauru uposhan. One should fast and one should shave head. So all these devotees, they are not doing upvas, not doing shaura, not shaving, not doing fasting, directly going and meeting the Jagannath, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and eating prasad. Prataprudra Maharaj is confused, right? What is this happening? So यहाँ सार्वभौम भट्टाचार्य है, ये क्या हो रहा है? सार्वभौम भट्टाचार्य says, look, ईश्वरेर परोक्षाज्ञा स्वरूपोषण प्रभुर साक्षात आज्ञा प्रसाद भोजन. The Lord has indirectly instructed in the Vedas, do shower and uposhan. The same Lord is standing right there in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he is telling that prasad bhojan, prasad khao. So who will fast? And on top of that, Visheshe Shri Haste Prabhu Kare Pariveshan Etala Bachadi Pona Kare Uposhan. And the Lord is personally serving Mahaprasad with his own hand. Who will do uposhan? Who will do fasting? Who will give up this chance of getting Mahaprasad directly from the hands of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? So here also Brahmananda Bharati and Paramananda Puri, they are given the garland and sandalwood pulp. They are very happy. Then Advaitacharya and Nityananda Prabhu, everyone, they were given garlands and sandalwood pulp. They were very, very happy. Everybody was really happy. The Lord gave garlands to all the devotees who are performing kirtan. And there are 2 chief kirtan performers, Swarup Damodar Goswami and Srivas Thakur. So altogether there were 4 kirtan parties. Lord very nicely made 4 kirtan parties. And in those 4 Kirtan parties, there were total 24 chanters. Each party had 2 Mridanga players and additional 8 more persons. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he ordered various devotees to take the lead in these 4 Kirtan parties. He ordered Nityananda Prabhu, Advaitacharya, Haridas Thakur, and Vakreshwar. They were the lead dancers in these 4 Kirtan parties. Advaitacharya, Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas Thakur, and Vakreshwar Pandit. Vakreshwar Pandit was known as very, very wonderful dancer. He would dance for 72 hours at a time. We have heard that he told, give me 10,000 Gandharvas. Let them sing and I'll keep on dancing. For us, 5 minutes dancing is more than sufficient. We become tired. Who dance for 72 hours? So the first party, Swarup Damodar Goswami was the leader of the first party, and he was given 5 assistants. They were responding to the chanting. And who were responding? The 5, Damodar Pandit, Narayan, Govinda Datta, Raghav Pandit, and Sri Govinda Ananda. These are the 5 people. They were responding to the Kirtan of Swarup Damodar Goswami. And who was the lead dancer in the first group? Advaitacharya. So Swarup Damodar Goswami was the lead singer. Swarup Dam, and this he was the leader. Advaitacharya was the lead dancer, and there were 5 assistants. In the second party, Srivas Thakur was the lead person, and this had 5 singers who responded to the singing of Srivas Thakur. He was the lead singer, Srivas Thakur. Who were these 5 people who were responding to the singing of Srivas Thakur? Haridas, Gangadas, Shriman, Subhananda, and Sri Ram Pandit. And in this, Sri Nityananda Prabhu was the lead dancer. And there was a third Sankirtan party. In that Sankirtan party, Mukunda was a chief singer. Along with him, Vasudeva, Gopinath, and Murari. Along with him was Shrikant and Vallabha Sen. And in this Sankirtan party, Haridas Thakur, the senior Haridas, he was the lead dancer. And then the fourth party was there. In this fourth party, Vakreshwar Pandit was the lead dancer, and Govind Ghosh was the lead singer. Govind Ghosh was a famous singer, wonderful singer. And to assist him there were 4 people. There were 5 people. Junior Haridas, Vishnudas, Raghava, Madhava Ghosh, and Vasudeva Ghosh. So that's how the 4 Kirtan parties were arranged. Along with that, there were 3 more Sankirtan parties. There was one Sankirtan party from Pulinagram. And in this Pulinagram Sankirtan party, Ramananda and Satyaraj, they were the lead dancers. There was another party from Shantipur. And Achyutananda, he was the main dancer. And this was formed by Shantipur means Advaitacharya. There was another party from Shrikhanda. Shrikhanda means the place of Narhari Sarkar and Raghunandan. You know the story of Raghunandan and Narhari Sarkar? Small child Raghunandan, he was given some bhoga by the mother. Please offer bhoga. I am going. Mukunda, his father. He went and his mother gave him bhoga to offer to the Lord, and she was waiting for the Lord to accept it personally. The Lord said, I have already eaten it. As a small boy, Raghunandan said, I can't understand all this. You eat right in front of me. Lord ate that Raghunandan. And Narhari Sardar is another great devotee. He had a whip called Jai Mangal. Anybody who is hit by that Jai Mangal, they would get love of God. So in these, that's how the 7 Sankirtan parties were there. 4 parties, they were in front of Lord Jagannath, 2 on the sides and 1 at the back. Sat Sampradaya Baje Chauda Madal यार ध्वनि सुनी वैष्णव होइल पागल. There was such tumultuous singing kirtan going on. All the devotees were getting mad in this kirtan. They were chanting, dancing. Vaishnavera megha ghataye hoila badal. Kirtananande sab varshe netra jal. All the Vaishnavas, they were like the assembly of clouds. And these clouds were raining. What was the rain? The tears from their eyes. They were all absorbed in ecstasy. Tears were coming out of everyone's eyes like rains. त्रिभुवन भरी उठे कीर्तने रध्वनि अन्य वाद्यादि रध्वनि की छुई ना सुनी. And these devotees were chanting so loudly that nobody could hear any other instruments. No mridanga, no karta. The devotees were singing so loudly. And Lord Chaitanya, he would move around in all the other groups, all the 7 groups, and he would keep on chanting Hari Hari. And sometimes he would raise his arms and he would say Jai Jagannath, all glories to Lord Jagannath. So Mahaprabhu was really happy. And then at that time, Mahaprabhu, he manifested one wonderful opulence. Are ek Shakti Prabhu Korila Prakash, ek Kal Satathai Korila Vilas. Mahaprabhu expanded himself into 7. Simultaneously, he was dancing in 7 Sankirtan parties. And everyone was thinking, Mahaprabhu is in my group only. Nobody was thinking that Mahaprabhu is in that group also. Nobody was able to see. Everybody was thinking he is in my group only. That was the expansion. Just like when Krishna would go to the forest with his cowherd boys. Every cowherd boy was thinking that he is looking at me only. केह लखिते नारे प्रभुर अचिंत्य शक्ति अंतरंग भक्त जाने यार शुद्ध भक्ति. No one could see this. केह लखिते नारे. Nobody could see this. This is the inconceivable potency of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who could understand? Antaranga Bhakta Jane. Only the very, very intimate devotees could see this manifestation of Lord Jagannath. Yeah, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Lord Sri Chaitanya was very happy, dancing. Jagannath was very pleased, seeing all this wonderful Sankirtan happening. Who could see the Lord expanding into 7 Sankirtan parties? Pratap Rudra Maharaj and Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. He was astonished. He was astonished to see this Sankirtan. He actually became stunned, starting in love of God. Kashi Mishra kahe Raja Prabhura Mahima. Kashi Mishra kahe Tomar Bhagya Nahi Sima. Kashi Mishra. When the king informed Kashi Mishra, what is happening? I am seeing what I am seeing. He is telling Kashi Mishra, Lord is, I can see the Lord in all the 7 Sankirtan parties. Kashi Mishra says, Arey, king, you don't know the fortune you have. Tumhara bhagya nahi sima. Saro sange raja kore thara thari. Aar keh nahi jane chaitanya rachuri. Nobody else could understand the trick of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Only the king and Sarvam Bhattacharya. They both were only aware. That shows how Mahaprabhu is giving mercy to Prataprudra Maharaj. Yare tar kripa se jani bare pare, kripa vina brahmadika jani bare nare. Only one who has received the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu can know this. Otherwise, without mercy, even Brahmaji cannot know what is happening. Brahmaji was astonished to see how Lord is manifesting, doing all these pastimes as small coward boys, eating chuta from all the friends. But Brahma could not understand. Why Mahaprabhu gave mercy to Pratap Rudra Maharaj? Again, Kaviraj Goswami says, राजार तुच्छ सेवा देखी प्रभुर तुष्ट मन, सहित प्रसादे पाइला रहस्य दर्शन. Rajar तुच्छ सेवा, by seeing the humble menial service of the king, Prabhura Tushtaman, the Lord was satisfied. And that's why Lord gave mercy and revealed him. Rahasya darshan, it was very secret. Srila Prabhupada writes. So Lord Jagannath, he was astonished to see Mahaprabhu's dancing, and the seer and the dancer, they are one and the same. Mahaprabhu is dancing, he is Lord. Jagannath is seeing. Seer and dancer, they are both same. And this could be seen only by Prataprudra Maharaj. That is a mysterious exhibition which was seen only by the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Athapi te deva padambujadvaya prasadaleshanugrihite vahi janati tattvam bhagavan mahimno na chanye kopi chiram vichinvan. Only by the mercy of the Lord one can know the Lord. Otherwise not possible. Okay, so we'll stop here. We'll continue next time. The ecstatic dancing of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in front of Lord Jagannath's Granth. Hare Krishna. Anybody has any questions? Okay, it seems there are no questions, so we'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai, Sri Chaitanya Caritāmrta ki jai.